Hello, my little minions. It is Tuesday.
Huh?
I said hello to my camera.
I'm sorry. I'll shut up now.
Have you heard that? That is Soren being confused on what I'm doing. They have headphones in, so I know I did my rant video yesterday. Yay for me being my own political junk. But Tuesdays, I've decided I'm going to switch between meditation, Reiki, and lessons. I have a nice little thing of books here and my bookshelves over there. And this one is a little bit for one of my viewers. She knows who she is, Cece, because they were asking me questions about Loki. And I don't mind giving some information I know. Let me begin. After taking a drink of my power juice. Mountain Dew. So, most of you have seen me hold up my Nordic magic book. So, I was doing some more research into it, and I realized something. There is different descriptions of Loki everywhere again. And this is one that I overlooked. And I've had this book for years. And I never stopped and read the description they have for him in here. I've read the stories in it. I love the myths and stories in it. So I would suggest you find it. It's a good book with lots of good myths and stuff like that within it. You see, even with Silver Raven, she just has the god of fire. But grammatic. She doesn't have his parents. She doesn't have most of the information on him. And dramatic means it's from the dramatic word. So that is normal. So we'll start off with his father, Fairbuti. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It means cruel striker, a fire giant, father of Loki. You're seeing a different pattern already, I hope. And then we go to his mother, who is Leifi. Yes, Leifi means woodland isle. Fire giantess, female, mother of Loki. In this depiction, it has Loki as a fire giant. There's other ones having him as a frost giant. Difference are just the element. So the god of fire, in this case, works perfect with him. And that's why I think most people label him with the god of fire, because in certain mythos, he is a fire giant. Even if he's still a frost giant, they still label him the fire giant, which is, well, fire deity, which is kind of interesting. That's Thor's hammer. And Loki himself. And this one is Father of the Lies, a trickster, the sky traveler, shapeshifter, well, shape changer, giant, who is a blood brother of Odin, the son of the giant Fairbjorn. Cruel striker, married to Saya. He is a handsome, articulate, and free with the ladies. He's a hoe, girls. A dangerous god to invoke, as one can never be certain how he will answer. That's something you need to remember. Earthquakes, fires, forest fires, coming with stealth, deceit, mischief, daring, activities, tricks, thievery, ranges, fire. Yeah. Loitering, death, lies, evil, dark magic, or magic in general. The thing is, there's a lot of things where you can never be certain how he will answer. But that goes for almost any deity. If you look into most of them, that's just what they have in this one. Other ones, I've seen it where, yes, it does warn you that he is tricky to work with. He is hard to work with. you have to be careful. As for how he may react, it also depends on how you do it. I don't associate him with death. I don't associate him with some of the stuff it has in there. I'd be stupid to say that I don't see him with tricks. I'd be stupid to say I don't see him with deceit or lies. Because that is something he is good at, and his silver tongue has gotten him out of more trouble than it has gotten him into trouble. Well, it actually has done both. But he knows how to get you in trouble, but out of it at the same time. He crosses that line numerous and repetitive times. So does Thor. Because there's things that Thor has done that if any other deity had done it, it would have caused problems. You have to understand. Everybody's always going to find one god that they want to sit and say, that's the evil one. That's the bad one. Well, it can be said with a lot of things. Like I said, I would find this book. It has some good lores in it, and it does have other listings of the gods and their pronunciation of their full names. Because Odin's is, we say Odin, it's Ohannaheim. Yeah, it has the actual pronunciations, which are more the Nordic aspects of it. In this book, which a few of you said you have, the fluffy side of things, I like to use the god listings that she has in here. That runes and a few other things have helped me out. The Nordic/Dramatic Pantheon. In it, you can see it has Frigga, Freya, Hel, the Ravens, Ideal. And if you go through it, never once does it say any evil deity. It never lists them as evil or anything like that. Because you're looking at it through normal eyes, and you'll also see in there's, if you look at Thor, it says the god of thunder, dramatic. But there's also Pertion, a god of thunder as well. But Slavic. There is Savesian, god of fire, Slavic. There's a lot of different deities, even in that small pantheon, that do the same thing. But if you know me, I will also sit here and tell you Thor is also the god of fertility, which should make you giggle. But that is also why people, when they marry, have belt buckles that have a hammer or an axe on it to represent Thor and fertility. Which is kind of funny if you think about it. You want a hammer or an axe over your crotch because you want to have strong babies. Yeah. Oh. Loki does have children, which it has been listed. Helena, at one point, its oldest. There's Slimir. There's Finrir. There's Yagama. Okay, I cannot pronounce his name. So for my sanity and pronunciation, I will refer to him as the name Jay or Joe. Like Johan. Yeah, they have really long, weird names. His is one of the harder ones for me to actually pronounce. Or as most may know him as the Midgardian Serpent. Who actually does kill Thor, but in the end is also killed by Thor. His poison, one bite can kill a deity. Saya also bared 2 sons for him, Vil and Nefa, who were used. Their death was used as a punishment towards Loki, which I deem that as travesty and very unfair. She was a goddess, a wife of Loki, their 2 sons, loving, faithful, and loyalty. was what she stood for. Dear Lord, Thor has a lot underneath his ass. Fenrir is also known for biting off Try's hand. And now being chained to the gates of hell. In Helena's domain. As for... Jormungandr. Jormungandr. Or that's how it says you're supposed to pronounce it. Or the Midgardian serpent. He inhabits the ocean surrounding Midgard, meaning he wraps around Midgard. And normally he's depicted as biting his own tail around the earth. That is to keep him out of harm's way. It is interesting. Because in here has a lot of different things. And it also has the Astars and the deities. It has a mix of all of them. Like I said, it also has what certain races are, what elf magic is, cord magic. Cord magic is also in here, sword and dagger magic. Basically old Nordic traditions. So I would suggest getting a hold of this. You can get it for $7 to $8 in the US, $9 in Canada. You can also go to the same place that makes the calendars. I believe I have that site up there eventually. And they sell this book, if you can't tell. Right up there. It is a good book. It is an interesting book, and like I said, it's something that if you're interested in finding out more about Nordic mythology, it has a version of it in it. And by what I mean is, Loki has done good along with bad is Thor's hammer originally was given to him by Loki. After he stole it from the dwarves. Yeah, he's a shit. At one point, Thor's hammer did get stolen. Loki helped him get it back by dressing up as Thor's handmaiden and Thor as a bride to a frost giant. And in their wedding chambers, Thor got a hold of his hammer and beat the dude to death. I don't know what happened in the bed chambers, but it caused him to go into a complete utter rage. So, yeah. But Loki helped trick everyone into thinking Thor was a woman. And it was easier for him to just shift into one himself, so he's also known as a gender fluid god, meaning he switches between male and female normally. And he also switches between animal to human to whatever he needs to. And he can also shift things around him, cause illusions. When you're first starting to work with him, it is tricky to know your own boundaries and what you want and what you don't want. I use him as a deity of fire. I tend not to do mayhem and mischief towards people because I'm a nice person. And I also don't like lying. So, it depends on what you're using the deity for. It depends on how they're going to react and how they act. Like I said, it's up to you how you use things, how you do things, and what you do. I'm not here to sit here and say that you shouldn't use them this way, you shouldn't use them that way. In the end, it's personally up to you what you do. So with that, if you want to know anything else about any other Nordic pantheon gods or any other deities, let me know. And I'll see what I can do, and it will be along with my random teaching videos. Blessed be.